Well, and I'll tell you this too, is we move through the season and the SEC, I was doing it the other day, there's 5 coaches who are on the hot seat, and that's not counting the Mississippi job, but you've got Tennessee and Butch Jones, you've got Kevin Sumlin, you've got Brett Bielema, and Barry Odom to go along with Mississippi. So you got 5 jobs that could be open. I don't know if Jeff Brohm would make the jump in 1 year, but what he did at Western Kentucky and what he's doing at Purdue, it'd be interesting to see if one of those teams, Chip Kelly's going to be the big name out there that everybody's going to want to go after. But Jeff Brohm and Mike Norvell at Memphis, after that big win last week over UCLA, those are 2 names, because I don't know if Purdue can hold on to a guy like Jeff Brohm if, say, Tennessee wants to come calling. Tennessee had an up-close and personal look with him at Western Kentucky, and if this Butch Jones thing doesn't work out and they lose next week to Georgia, it'd be kind of fascinating to see where Tennessee goes. And I brought this up on the radio show, Texas A&M and Tennessee, Chip Kelly sweepstakes will start. Do you fire if you're not happy and you feel like the future is bleak, do you fire your coach in mid-October? Chip Kelly's not coaching anywhere. You can start negotiating right off the bat. How quickly do you try and jump onto Chip Kelly sweepstakes and start making negotiations? Meaning, how quickly do you fire your coach to start those and maybe calm your fan base a little bit? It's going to be fascinating here as we play the final Saturday of September for teams like that and coaches like a Jeff Brohm who are kind of up and coming.
Nebraska just fired its AD. That has a lot to do with football, obviously, because they said, oh, it's competitiveness in all the sports. No, you're at Nebraska, and you just fired your AD after losing in an upset loss against Northern Illinois. You almost got upset by Arkansas State. The football team has obviously taken a step back. This is football related, so you wonder if Mike Riley's going to be next. If they've got a difficult schedule in the Big Ten coming up, they're looking at like 4-8 is what it looks like for Nebraska. And when you talk about Big Ten coaching, obviously at the top, it's extremely strong. But you're right. The Big Ten passed the big power brokers, Ohio State, Michigan. I was going to say Michigan State, not even Michigan State. I would say Penn State and Wisconsin, to a certain degree, doesn't pay coaches. They've upgraded, but they're not nearly at the level that the SEC is willing to pay coaches and top coordinators. So it would be difficult to keep Jeff Brohm, I would think, unless he really thinks like, okay, I got a commitment here and I really want to prove something before I move on. And those opportunities, as I continue to win, are going to be there. And in terms of Chip Kelly, the Arizona schools, they're looking pretty bad at this point too. Arizona State, that could be an opportunity. But again, I don't know that they're going to open up the coffers anything close to what a top 25 level program in the SEC is going to do.
That's a good point on the Arizona schools. Would he want to go back out west to stay in Arizona and try and mine those pipelines that he had in Hawaii and California? That's a good point. I didn't think about those.
Or if Jim Mora can't pull out a decent 8-4, 7-5 season, he just lost one to Memphis. His schedule's difficult. He's got Stanford this week. Maybe UCLA's mighty attractive because of the recruiting base and obviously being in LA and all the other the perks out there, and he's a West Coast guy, so that's a possibility. And Jim Mora obviously underachieving in recent years at UCLA. All right, Will Gunter, 107.5 The Game, the all-new early game each and every weekday morning, and we talk South Carolina football, so you got to make this an appointment view here, either on YouTube, subscribing to my YouTube channel, or the audio version, Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher. All right, Will, we appreciate the time. You have a great weekend. Enjoy the football.
I'll do it, man. You as well.